Welcome back to my cup of TV with Jenny,
JD,
Erin.
Hi, Kat.
So, in case you missed the last episode, we're at Erin's house. There is building work. This is my new face. This is what my surgery was, my new face. Season 3, episode 20. Do not go gentle.
Is that a warning or the title?
That's what I'd be saying to Damon if I ever got a chance.
I wasn't thinking about it, but I was thinking that was to do with Elena saying that to Damon, but anyway.
You filth-minded individuals.
I just didn't say it because I knew they would. But I absolutely thought that. No idea. That could be anything. Yeah.
Could be anything. Okay. So please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Over on Patreon we're much further ahead and you can watch these reactions in full length. And if you are a member on YouTube, you get early access 2 weeks ahead, so you could be watching the season finale right now. You know.
They can't see your face. She has
I know.
eyebrows raised, smugness is 110.
What now? Well, I think I need to get out of town. You know, somewhere secluded. I keep blacking out, which means I'm still a threat to everyone. I gotta go.
Yeah, but then you can just... If the other person clicks in, they can travel you back.
Quite the cut.
Oh.
Well, Damon's too arrogant to think his only friend would betray him.
Oh, I'm loathing this.
Did you give him a statement?
She just has, just the worst luck. Even your mum's, screwing you over and, ugh. Really don't like her, the mum. Esther?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
What are you doing? You can't just hang them. They're supposed to trickle down.
I love her. She is me. I love her.
Romancy. Here's a thought. Why don't you ask Stefan? I can't ask him on a date. I just made out with his brother. For no reason. You're supposed to be figuring out what you want. That's what Stefan wanted you to do, right?
I have to say, why are we doing what Stefan wants you to do? Instead of what you want to do for yourself.
Well, I think that was very much what Caroline wanted.
Yeah.
I'm going to dance, and I'd like to go with you.
I love that.
Always
happy.
My God.
If you are to kill all of my children, I will need to bind the protective magic in your ring to the stake, thus rendering the white oak indestructible.
Oh. We need a name for, the bad Alaric.
Well, Damon gave us one.
What?
Evil Alaric.
Evil Alaric. We could do better. He does do, evil very well. I feel like that's a very cool thing that you can buy as a thing from the show. She does look stunning.
Fun.
Nice to see Bonnie.
Yeah.
And happy.
Yeah,
Oh, that suits him.
My God.
I know that you and Elena have...
That looks really good.
If Klaus sees you,
what's he gonna do? Draw you another picture?
Tyler,
Pretend I'm sorry.
you do not need to be jealous of Klaus.
I am jealous, but I'm also competitive. So hang on. I'm about to sweep you off your feet.
Oh my God, he looks so good in the hat. They've dressed everyone very, very well.
There's a costume shop in Mystic Falls. It is booming business.
Oh yeah.
We should probably talk about the trip to Denver.
When all this is over, if you and I find our way back to each other, tell me if you want to. Otherwise, I don't need to know.
Oh, I really like that.
Yeah.
They could use a little spark of that passion though. Rather than just the soft romance, they
Yeah.
need a little bit of that sexual tension, lust. Oh shit!
You three need to talk.
Talk of sexual attraction and lust. Here
Anyone
it is.
appear? Oh!
Oh, this the costume department.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Ex-boyfriend?
Yep.
It's not awkward at all.
If Alaric's sick, then we need to find the cure. So, what are you suggesting we do?
Suggesting we put him out of his misery.
What?
No way in hell. Oh, come on, it's what he would want. It's a mercy killing. You are out of your mind.
Jeremy.
Poor Jeremy's just been like thrown back into the midst of
Yeah.
everything.
I mean you no harm. But willingly or
Don't
not,
trust her.
you will come.
What was the point in sending for them to just leave without even
Yeah.
waiting for them first?
Oh, she just put a spell.
Oh, are they Oh,
Salt.
move the salt, Jeremy.
We're trapped here.
Oh, John, she deserves something very good in her life.
Yeah.
Rick.
No, it's Dick.
Yes, there we go. Dick.
I want to remake him.
Remake him?
Make him strong. Fast. Like my children. Each time he died with that ring during his brief journey into death, I was there. On the other side.
Oh.
I spoke to him. I nurtured him, knowing that every death brought him closer to his true self.
I hate her. She is my worst villain so far. She's like an Umbridge.
Yeah. There's no, because at least with Klaus you see something to like about him, even if he's bad.
No.
You don't mind if I cut in, do you?
Yes, actually, we do.
No. It's fine.
Okay,
Be pretending. Be pretending.
he might be pretending.
You're the alpha male.
I don't have to prove anything, love. I am the alpha male. One dance. Not one bite.
The problem is I do quite like them together, but I don't want them so conflicted. I need two Carolines.
You marvel my words. A small town boy. A small town life. It won't be enough for you.
But you know she's capable of going off and seeing the world by herself, right?
Ridiculous, Don.
Oh.
He's stuck as well.
What is this?
Don't do this. I won't help you. I'm not gonna give you my blood. You're gonna have to kill me.
Oh my god, is she slowing her heart? Oh.
Is it finished?
Not just yet. Alaric will never be what my children became. I have granted him enough power to complete his task. Then, when the time is right, he will die.
He's immortal.
All you need to
Oh
How
no.
foolish of you
I know it's the rolled up
to
sleeves.
risk your life.
Oh my god.
But if that is your choice,
Oh no. Don't you.
Oh no!
No. Jenny, I refuse if this happens.
Was good, Alaric. Oh no, he doesn't know.
I'm so confused.
Can't they interchange, Jeremy? Just lend him your one for a bit.
I just want to pause for a minute because
Oh.
none of you kind of reacted, so I don't know if you're fully understanding
I'm
what's
so
happening
confused.
right now.
How did he wake up? I thought Alaric was supposed to wake up and be her puppet master.
She said that you'd get a little bit of time to say goodbye to the older Alaric.
Oh.
Didn't she?
So she did the spell, gave him the thing to drink, then killed him, He's in transition.
He's gonna
She's
become a
turning him into
vampire.
an original. Yeah.
He's going to be a vampire, right?
None of you reacted to the fact that she killed him. Why do you just...
but
No,
this
thing, we haven't been pausing, and that bit did go, like, I didn't quite get, I didn't know, did she pull his heart out, or what did she do? The
I'm
bit
not
where she
entirely
killed
sure.
him was
Yeah.
very quick, and so
Yeah.
I didn't quite,
She
and then we're on to the
stabbed
next bit. I don't know if she stabbed him or she pulled his heart out or what, but
She
it was
stabbed
really
Stabbed him
quick.
because
Stabbed
Elena
him.
pulled it out, but I
And then
kind
that's
of
why
didn't. I didn't realise she was turning him into. I
Yeah.
sort of did, but I didn't. I did, but I feel like I'm so into this program now that it just seems normal.
And that's the problem, in a way, when you want to then pause and talk about it or digest it, but then it's on to the next scene, and then all of a sudden you have to be
Yeah.
present because you're taking in the next scene. So
I wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
had registered.
yeah, so
Yeah,
okay.
because she laid out her.
Right, so he's in transition, so essentially someone needs.
So he'll
He's
be an
gonna need to
original,
drink blood,
but
right?
separated from the others.
Basically,
Yeah,
either
but
way,
she's thinking she's turned him into. She's trying to turn him into an original evil Alaric.
killing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then how is he going to be... Is he going to be more powerful than the others? You know, like how if like Klaus has got age on his side, you know, you were saying about like the age of
Well,
the
she's
vampire
done
makes him
something to
stronger.
make him more powerful.
Like
than the
souped
others,
up,
hasn't she?
powerful. Okay.
It's like I made this.
But also, they can't kill him.
Mm.
Essentially, so he can. He has the weapon to kill them, but they can't kill him
Why can't they kill him?
because he's an original. What are they going to kill him with?
Well, if they took the weapon, they could.
Yeah.
Is my understanding. But basically,
That's
she's
what I mean.
taken. She's made her first batch of pancakes. Realised the recipe was a bit fucked. Has tweaked it. Created Alaric, so it's a short-lived pancake.
That
to-
will self-destruct when
Yeah.
all is done.
So
Yeah.
either way,
Presumably, with Alaric, does it depend who's in possession of if it's him or evil Alaric?
Dick.
I think it'll be Dick
if it's
anyway,
Rick or
'cause I think
Dick
Rick's
in
gonna
possession
die.
of his body
Yeah, Rick's going to die.
when he turns.
And then it'll be Dick.
I believe it's been done so that he will be evil Alaric.
Right.
He will be Dick.
But when
He'll
she's
be
saying
Dick.
you
Rick's
get a
gonna
chance to
die,
say
then it'll
goodbye
be
is
Dick.
because during his transition
Right.
He'll still be
he
Rick.
should be Rick.
Fine. Okay.
But what is to stop... That's what I mean. Is he going to be more strong than, say, Klaus to be able to grab, snatcheroo, the old stick, and then kill Dick?
Well, he has the stick. Oh,
But what's to stop Klaus from going, haha, I'm going to take a
Well,
stick and stab
nothing.
you? That's what I mean. Has she made him even stronger? Or souped him up somehow to give him a different advantage
We-
over the other originals?
We don't know, but if you think about it, they were, our group were already able to kill an original. So whilst the power does come into play in some scenarios, not all of them, and they're also maybe not gonna suspect, and you know, and
I don't care.
I
Just
the
wait to see how
loathe
it
that one.
plays
I
out.
really hope that she's dead, gone.
You're right though, she's a really good villain. Like, she's been sprinkling her evil seeds all, like, for so much longer.
So, I don't think this is ever a conversation we had on camera, but do you remember we had a conversation and I said, I just do not like her. I said it from really early. I said, there's something I just don't like. I really don't like it. I don't know if it was the, no offense to the actress or whatever it was. I said, I just don't like. And then seeing these episodes, I'm like, it's because you are that, like, I'm doing it for the good. Like, that I'm seeing.
She's like a cult leader.
I'm seeing zero redeeming features. You did this. You murdered all of your children through some, like, grief. Like, but you created this whole storm, and now you're acting like you are better than it. And your fucking solution is, I'll just do it again, but I'll make it better this time. What idiots do that?
And she's
It's
got a
like-
bit of a god complex in a way, isn't she? She's like, I'm saving them all.
think
You're
you-
not their fucking saviour.
I'd say you hit the nail on the head with an umbrage.
Yeah.
That this may not be nice, but I'm good and I'm doing for the good of everyone.
That giggle, that
Yeah.
Umbridge giggle, I want to punch her in the
But you
face.
see it with her. You see it with her. Like the moment I was like, "You are the Umbridge," is when she went, "Don't worry, dear. Jenna isn't there. Get Jenna's name out of your fucking mouth. How dare you think that you can deliver that and anyone would believe anything that you."
Because you'd also want to say, Jenna died in a sacrifice undoing something you did to your son.
You are, you know, where we track back and we're like, oh well, Damon's evil, this person's evil. And we're like, well, actually, at this point they were the victim. If you track back everything long enough, Esther, where does that all end up? So, you know, if we want to track back blame on everything, all of this, you.
Yeah.
I really passionately hate her.
It's good. We needed a good villain because if you think about it, although you never fully hated Klaus, but I always find that really interesting in series of like, who's gonna be the next villain that's gonna make me have that reaction? So
I think it's so rare. I mean, don't get me wrong, she might not.
Esther is Erin's Logan Fell for you. Your Logan Fell.
But you know when they're like,
she's got a pretty smackable face, actually. No offense to the actress, but the way she's delivering it, and
it's
the pursing of the lips and everything, you're just like, yeah.
There's just like there are like villains, and you love villains, and you see stuff, but it is very rare. I'm saying this now. There might be some storyline later on. I doubt it. Like everybody, you find me one person that likes Umbridge. Find me one person that goes, yeah, I feel like it's so rare to find someone like this, and I'm not. I will be very surprised if anyone in the comments is like, no, I actually really love her.
Yeah, let us
because
know.
then we need to chat, because I need to understand.
Let us know how you feel about Esther.
I think Umbridge is the perfect example. With Umbridge and Voldemort, like Klaus, I'm bad, I know I'm bad, I'm doing bad, but that's what I want to do. Versus, no, I'm good, I'm doing it for the good of everyone. That's bad. Well, yeah, that may be a little bit bad, but it's because I'm good.
It's like the leader of Scientology. Yeah. It's because I'm saving you.
Yeah.
Bitch, I don't want to be saved. Go away.
I'm above these.
Yeah.
I operate above this because I'm doing it for you. I'm making this decision.
It's like a saviour complex almost. It's like you think you're better than everyone, yeah.
I hate it. I really hate it.
It's done.
Oh, she's got like that
It's just not
boss
fighting
walk.
anymore.
Yeah.
The boundary spell is broken.
Thank you, Maya. For everything.
Again, we've been so desperate to get out, but let's stop and have a little chat first.
What's going on? Listen, Jeremy. I'm not going to complete the transition.
Like it's the right decision.
My dark side was dangerous enough.
Just don't give me some crap speech about how I need to be the man of the house.
I won't. Taking care of you and Jeremy has been the closest I've ever come to life.
I was just thinking that. I was like, it's the closest he's had to having his own kids.
Yeah. I think it's something a lot of people will never get to have before they go, is to be with it enough as well to know how loved they were and say goodbye.
He was so alone at the start.
Yeah.
Wasn't a very fun date for them, was it?
No problem. You gonna be okay by yourself?
Have a cosy little sleepover.
Yeah.
It's so nice to hear someone actually say, no, I don't, I need someone.
I'd rather get it over with now before some January comes to clean out Alaric's skeleton. Realize the history teacher was a vampire slayer.
Oh, yeah.
You need to do something.
I can't, Stephanie, okay? I can't think about the fact that Jeremy and I don't have anyone to take care of us anymore. Or that we've lost another friend. I just can't think about any of it.
Like losing a safety net, isn't it? For her.
I don't have anyone anymore.
It's not the same though.
I offered to snap his neck. Mom was in misery, but he didn't take me up on it.
You seem surprised.
I think he didn't want Damon to put that on Damon to make him die. As in, that's a gift for Damon, not for him.
Sorry, you killed me. Twice. But I have to actually die to get a real apology. What are you doing here?
Oh no.
Oh,
Hey. Lonnie?
no. For fuck's sake.
Oh no, she's not gone. Bring him. So she's going to force the end of the transition.
He's not technically dead.
Ugh. That's really cool. I know that's not what he wanted, but that's really cool.
Okay.
The level of rage I have right now is like, you know, when you're so angry, you are
Yeah.
just like zen with it.
I mean, she's a good villain, right? You can't
No.
freaking get rid of her.
No, that's not a good villain. That's like a parasite.
That's a nemesis, yeah.
No, it's,
That's like a... I
no,
don't even know.
no, because
What's the
like
right
a
word?
good villain, you're like, I don't really want them to leave. Like, you don't really want Catherine to leave. Like, I kind of don't want Klaus to ever be gone. Her, I was pissed already when they opened up the coffin and her body was still in there. Hack her into pieces, burn her. So done.
I'm surprised, you know, when Klaus shouted at her body. I think it would have been in keeping with the rage that Klaus had to start, you know.
Yes, but then also, as mad as he is, the thing that gives Klaus that little bit of where you feel for him is that deep down, if she was to actually show that she loved him, he'd be like, yes, mummy.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah. So, right, they've all had to go through this horrific goodbye. We've all had to just go through that trauma. And now, they're going to have to kill him. They're going to have to watch the person that they loved be something that he never wanted to be. They never wanted him to be, and oh, it's just so messed up. I mean, great for the story, but so messed up.
He's lost the element, or the mother has lost the element of surprise, because now Klaus knows about Alaric, and he'll obviously woke up Rebecca and tell her about it, so it's not going to be as easy as what she thought. But...
He doesn't know about Alaric. He thinks that it failed, is what they said, do you remember? And so they don't know about the repeated use weapon. They know that she tried something. It didn't, they think it didn't quite succeed.
But I personally think that's a bit of an issue there for me, character-wise, because Klaus took the mum's body. Klaus being Klaus, I think, would have come back and made sure Alaric was dead. You know, like...
Yes, but then that's where it gets into the very tangled feelings that he has with his mother, because, like, at that point it was like the anger at her takes over, I think, the normal, let's be pretty thorough kind of Klaus logic. And also, before he shouted at her, his first thing was to bring Rebecca back.
Yeah.
So that's where his, I don't want to say humanity, but that's where
priorities,
his need, his loneliness, like, stems from. No.
Like I said, it's that scene when they're all standing outside. The idea that it's normally after someone's gone, like for a funeral, that everyone who loved them is there to. So the fact that he got to see all those people there for him, and that he got to say goodbye to people.
He built a little community as well, considering that he moved there chasing after vampires, trying to find out what happened to his wife, and he had no one.
Yeah.
And then by the end, he had.
And like I said, we don't know how long he'd kind of been alone before he got there.
Yeah, I thought that when he said it, actually, when he said that having Elena and Jeremy was the closest he'd ever got to the life that he wanted of like having some teenage kids and that. Yeah, I thought that. I was like, oh, that's sad.
Not even necessarily just kids, just
Family.
people to love and to be needed by.
Yeah.
And I just really feel horrible for Jeremy because he's like come back and Alaric, they obviously had like a good bond, but for Elena, the first thing of having to like click into is, right, well, we need to cover this up, deal with that stuff. It's almost like just like she said, another person who's going to be there for them just because, you know, she is legally an adult at like 18. Like, that doesn't mean you don't need anyone. There's no safety net for you. There isn't.
There's no parental figure, or even like an adultier adult.
Her parents, then Jenna and John, you know, even Isabel, every adult. And as much as she does have Stefan and Damon,
they're not adults.
They've been alive a long time, but there's always going to be other feelings involved. It's not that. It's not the same.
No,
it's not an unconditional love, and she won't find that now. I don't think.
And I think there's so much, as she said it, there's so much guilt on her part that I can understand why she feels guilty. It's not her fault, but human logic is that that's what we do. We blame ourselves.
It's Esther's fault. That's whose fault it is. Oh, it was just horrible episode.
I was going to say a good episode in terms of just lots going on, lots of character development from different people. Yeah, just in that respect, a really good episode for the series, but very sad and horrible and infuriating episode.
So lovely though that when he was transitioning, his last like act as Rick was to step up and fight all of that and, you know, save Jeremy and Matt.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Because I tell you now, because Jeremy had his ring on, but that I was like, oh, it's fine, but that wouldn't have helped because Matt is human, and Matt didn't have a ring on.
It would have been forced by a supernatural, but it would have directed one from Matt. Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
But hang on, because
but not one you want to gamble with.
No, because think when Rick was hit. Oh no, it was a vampire driving that car. Anyway,
it was a hybrid.
Yeah, okay, right. Anyway, that I think my belief is that would have wiped both of them out, and I would have just. I think I might have just had to step away. From
this cannot happen.
I may have had to remove myself from the situation.
It's quite good at doing that. This series of like almost like bringing you to a moment when you think all hope could be lost, and then something does happen. So that's quite good.
And it's very
traumatic and savage, but
because they do kill characters.
You're
just
not
sitting there going, "Well, they'll be alright."
Yeah,
because
you just don't know.
It does make me think, though. Are they? Because I feel like this series they could do something to a character, or like a story to me, that I would go, no, you've hurt me beyond the point, and I would step away. Obviously I can't because we're doing this, but it would. There have been shows and they've done stuff and I'm like, it's brilliant writing, it's so great what you've done because you've made me believe so genuinely that I can no longer continue because you have slighted me so badly, and I feel like this show could do it and at some point will do it, and that makes it very stressful viewing.
Whilst we sit on the topic with Alaric, it being him and Damon together at the end. And like we said, with Damon sat outside, I think that was Damon doing what Damon does and not wanting to face and deal with the emotion.
Yeah.
And like where she said she gave him a sedative so he'll just fall asleep. And he said, like, well, I offered, and he said no. I think that was Alaric not putting that on Damon to be his act of doing his death.
I will say, though, people talk about Damon's methods and the way Damon is, and I mean, like, people on characters as well as outside. When he said we should put Alaric out of his misery, and they're like, no, we can't do that to Alaric. Well, now look what's happened. What would Alaric have preferred? But I can also understand the immediate thing, be like, no, we can't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
so
you can't.
You don't know if
It's
there's
too
hope.
much to gamble with until you're left with zero choice.
Yeah.
And I think, while you said about like Alaric not wanting that put on Damon, I also think for someone that has died multiple times, all of those have been insanely violent deaths. That would have been the closest he could have got to a human fade out death. So I can see why he wanted to like eke into every moment of it. And because unfortunately for him, he has this knowledge about if your soul isn't pure, you're in that weird limbo-y bit. Like, will we see him? Will Jeremy see him? Because he sacrificed. Well, no, because the thing is, no. If he died then, he might have had a chance to go on to maybe the space where Jenna is. But now that's been robbed from him. So
I
just
love
can't.
the callbacks in the scene with Damon and Alaric at the end of him bringing up the dream for Rose, and that purely bro interaction of I was drunk when I told you that, yeah, well I told you I'd use it, you know. And Damon actually giving him a proper apology throws back to when his apology to Mason was the whole sometimes I do things I don't have to do thing.
It just shows you that what we have seen of their relationship, there was so much more to it. And yeah, for Damon, that was his first friend.
Yeah.
And
it's not his brother or a potential love interest.
No, that was...
Oh yeah. Bad Alaric can't be Dick because they're Dick.
Yeah.
Damon and Rick is Dick. That's their ship name is Dick.
No!
We can't have that. So, but yeah.
So we also have the decade dance.
Yes.
Everyone looking amazing.
That was really fun.
I loved what they did with the outfits there, because they had like very different, like in the 20s, like different classes of outfits. Not everyone was in those suits. Like Matt was obviously a bit more like working guy.
Bit more Piggy Blinder.
Yeah, like a paper boy or
Bunny's
Jamie.
I loved
Jamie
his,
with the beautiful green eyes.
Yeah, I loved his like sweater vest thing.
Yeah.
I thought those were. It would have been easy just to chuck them all in like the same suits, or whatever. But no, someone
You're
went.
right.
Yeah, and just
Different classes of people.
Yeah, and like the different nods and outfits, like Tyler having like that sort of like
fedora thing. Is what they call it? Is that fedora? It's like almost like
sure. I don't know.
Oh.
The other thing I'll say about the costumes is they all looked as though they were costumes that you would go and buy things to put together. Because you have sometimes in a show when there's a fancy dress thing and they're wearing an outfit and you're like, you know, I had the budget to get such a perfect era.
Yeah.
Whereas what they were wearing, all things you could see that they could have gone and bought to put together a 20s outfit.
Apart from possibly Stefan and Klaus, I could absolutely imagine they had that in the cupboard. Because they did live through the 20s.
Because they've lived that. Yeah. Well, I just the one like micro sad thing for me was just Elena walking behind Esther and she just takes her headband off. She's like, well, that's that
Yeah.
My evening is
That's-
done.
yeah. she knows that it's
And you could see her hair falling out more and more as it
Yeah.
went on. You're like, that's realistic.
Yeah, it's true.
yeah.
Having had my hair all pinned up like that by Erin, it doesn't
Yeah.
stay in easy.
No, it does not.
Yeah. And I loved Caroline's red fringe dress. So that's, very good.
So, Caroline and Tyler.
Mm.
I think Tyler seems to be handling the Klaus Caroline thing in a healthy-ish way.
That was like the conversation they needed to have eventually,
Yeah,
kind
of
of
him
thing.
being
So that's
like,
good.
I'm jealous, but I'm competitive. Like, I'm almost saying to her, I'm not angry at you,
Yeah.
but it bothers me on
Yeah.
his part because...
Yeah, I am jealous. Someone's
Yeah.
trying to take my girl.
Yeah.
But what I can do, what I can control, is step up and be the best man, and you'll choose me.
Yeah,
And
again,
then she was like, there's no choice because I love you.
It's that I have jealousy, but I'm not angry at you. I'm
Yeah.
not blaming you for that.
That's like when we spoke in the last one. I think when you were off, and we said, I said like jealousy in an immature person becomes toxic, rather than kind of that emotional intelligence of being like, yes, I am jealous, but I don't need to become angry.
It's like
So that's good.
the ritual that he's obviously having to go through, where he's gone through that physical pain. It's brought him to a different emotional state,
More mature.
and so these are all, like you said, that he would have felt all of those same things before. The difference is he's vocalizing them now,
Yeah.
and instead of letting them just be reactive stuff, he's saying them so they lose some of their power, and then Caroline and whoever can understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Also perspective as well. If he's come back from turning and having his body in so much pain over 100 times, he's coming back and he's like, I'm stronger than this. I've got time. I can do. I can one step at a time, rather than kind of blowing up and just being immature.
He's
and
matured a lot.
yeah,
And it is a
Yeah.
mental game to have to choose to put yourself through the pain. It will have very significantly changed him as a character. So yeah, very interesting.
And again, the fact that he was even raised the idea of having them kill Klaus knowing he would die.
yeah. So that self-sacrifice. Yeah.
He said, "It's not if we find out that it's not your bloodline."
Yeah.
Like,
Mm,
no,
yeah.
I don't want to lose.
But
Tyler.
again, we're seeing a little bit of him of what we see all the time in Elena.
yeah,
Me versus everyone else.
Yeah. So do we think from that then leads us to believe that he's not under Klaus's control anymore, but he let him think he is?
Yeah.
Because when they spoke about it afterwards when they're sitting down, she
Yeah.
said, we can't let him know that you're not.
I
But he didn't confirm that. So I want to hear it from Tyler. I want him to say, no, I didn't, but I hate the fact that I let him dance with you.
I feel like there are going to be different persuasions of it. I think little micro ones like that, because he didn't have to follow all of them like exactly before.
But also
Was kind of my understanding, and so I think yes for these low level ones, but
If he tries a
If-
strong one.
yeah, I don't feel like we're out of the woods.
I mean, a bit like when Stefan was fighting the compulsion, like, and he really forcefully.
Yeah.
Also, it wasn't an order, was it? He said, "May I cut in?"
Yeah, it was.
So it was more of a
Mm,
question.
it was like
which,
a push, but not an
like,
actual order.
you know,
yeah.
like
Yeah, but
maybe
no,
that's easier
I think
to
that,
sort of.
yeah, because he followed it with kind of a stare down of,
Yeah.
you know what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's easier to
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel
resist in the way.
I don't feel like we're in the clear.
So, yeah.
I don't know how many times I can say, poor Bonnie.
I know,
Oh,
right?
jeez.
She looked amazing.
She
I loved her outfit.
honestly, the hair and
And,
everything.
you know, of all the stuff she's been through this season, like, oh look, she's having a nice time with a new potential love interest who's just a nice normal guy
Yeah.
who knows all of her shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually afraid at the end that Jamie was going to run away. That as in, like, he'd be
Yeah.
like, this is too much for me. Because we saw how, and I don't blame him,
Yeah.
with his mum and Abby and vampires, that like he was like, whoa. And he kind of almost did pull back and Caroline pulled him back in. So I was afraid that it was going to be too much for him again. Like, and he was like, no, I'm out. But actually he did the opposite and sort of stayed there for her. So that was nice.
But I also wonder whether Bonnie was going to say, this has just proven to me that I can't do this
I can't
because I'm
have
putting
normal.
someone at risk. Bless her.
I just the guilt she must feel, because then he said, like, there's no more you could do. But there is no way she can't be thinking, if I'd cracked it sooner, if I'd done this,
Yeah,
like,
you're always going to do
because
that.
it
If
is,
I was
it's
more powerful, I'd be able to undo it.
Yeah, they'd be like, it would have been like, you know, half an hour's difference could have made a well, things we don't know necessarily how much of a difference, but
The not knowing is sometimes.
There would have been
The
better
torture.
opportunity to at least like intervene before.
The problem is as well, she's fighting a much more powerful witch. So she
Yeah.
couldn't undo the spell that was keeping the vampires in, because you don't know what exactly
Yeah.
Yeah.
has been done, or like how.
Don't know what you're up against.
No.
And this is we're expecting Bonnie, like you said, to be able to fight someone that created an entire race
Yeah.
and
It's
is
much
now
older.
manipulating that. That's like insane
Yeah.
levels.
Especially when you consider, you know, an old, very experienced witch against a teenage witch. Like,
Yeah. I don't think in my mind personally, I never had the thought of, oh, Bonnie could have stopped her. But
But Bonnie will go
Yeah.
through that process.
Yeah.
Because that's who she is. you
Not
know.
even that Bonnie would stop her, but that Bonnie would have been able to maybe earlier break
break
the
it
line,
earlier or something.
and then
but
the others could have gone and done stuff. So I don't think I'm not having expected her to have by any means, but I can understand that would be the process. And what I am a bit sick of for her is if you looked at that room, she was trying to work it out, and there is Klaus, Damon, Stefan, Jeremy, Matt, I've forgotten his name, Jamie, and they are all just like, I mean, maybe Matt and Jamie a little less, but they are all just there staring in on her, being like, come on, like, there's all these super powerful people, and they are reliant on her, and the pressure she must feel, regardless of who Klaus wants to threaten or not.
Yeah.
It's just not okay.
And also, I know that she, obviously they had the thing at the graveyard for Alaric, and then she's gone home with Jamie. But she's just done a lot of magic. Like, Jamie is still new to this. He doesn't know anything. We've seen her pass out before from using a lot of magic. I do feel a bit like no one's going, hey, is Bonnie all right? Shall we just go with her, you know, and just...
I'm trying to think who would have paired off, but then I'm like, actually, maybe that might have been like a Caroline thing, because obviously Matt took Jeremy.
Yeah.
Stefan was with Elena. They were obviously out for picture for good reasons. Damon was doing his thing, but it's just hope.
So that was our reaction to The Vampire Diaries, Season 3, Episode 20, Do Not Go Gentle.
They didn't.
So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.